Hey guys, inside this video I will show you how you can get instant access to this cool new product that I found. Keep on watching to find out how you can get access for free.
This will be the most brutal cold and flu season in history. So much so, we will see even more deaths in the coming months than from the coronavirus and the flu combined. Now that cold and flu season is here, with all the sniffling and sneezing, the blahs, the crud, whatever you call it, everyone's feeling bad. Problem is, the common cold, the flu, and the coronavirus all have similar symptoms like fever, chills, cough, runny nose, and fatigue. Thing is, you won't know who has what until it's too late. By then, everyone around you is infected. That's why infectious disease experts are so worried about this cold and flu season, because two diseases could overwhelm our healthcare system even more, create a new shortage of hospital beds, protective gear, and basic essentials, and yes, cause more virus-related deaths than we've ever seen. That's why they're calling it a twindemic. But you've gotta ask, if the flu has a vaccine, why is this a problem? Simple. Flu vaccines only work half the time. They're given every year for two reasons. Number one, flu viruses mutate from year to year. And number two, immunity against them gradually wears off, pretty much completely gone by the next flu season. A coronavirus vaccine may be no different, if we ever get one. Until then, coronavirus will continue to spread like the plague, destroying not only the lungs, but also the kidneys, heart, liver, even the brain. That is for those lucky enough to survive. But don't let this bad news stop you from caring for your health. There are ways to be proactive, and I'm going to share them with you in just a moment. Hi, I'm George Bridgham. As an alternative health researcher, I've been blessed to do what I do, seeking truth in the mass of misinformation. And when my family and friends' lives are at risk, I dig deep into the latest health discoveries and share my findings with those who will listen. Today is no different. Look, I don't know how dark things will get. No one does. But I want you to hear the good news. There is light at the end of the tunnel. That is, if you're prepared. I want you to be prepared. That's why today I'm sharing an amazing health-enhancing discovery. It's a virtually unknown super nutrient hidden in the Bible, shown to help maintain a healthy and robust immune system. And I'll be sharing the invisible rogue molecule that's bombarding our cells every day. It's not what you think. These discoveries could mean the difference between your God-given right to a healthy, proactive immune system and one that leaves you exposed. You see, the key to a super immune system is simpler than you think, and if you know what it is, you can virtually switch your body's immunity switch on. Although it helps, superhuman health is not about eating more veggies or getting more exercise.
It's not about fish oil. In fact, I'll be proving how fish oil is virtually obsolete. And as I'm also about to prove, it's not genetics, where some folks happen to win some superhuman genetic DNA lottery.
The truth is that your body is already designed to live at its highest level. But for almost everyone living in the U.S., it can't do what it's designed to do. Why? Because every day, without your knowledge, the cells of your body are silently assaulted and weakened. And this devastates your cells' ability to defend themselves the way they are supposed to. What you're feeling are the daily effects of free radicals.
What are free radicals? They are destructive toxins your body produces when you're bombarded with the constant onslaught of stress. Pollution, food and chemical additives, invisible environmental toxins that we are forced to live with every day. And they tear down your cell walls and make it impossible to defend themselves. But what people don't know is how they multiply in your body. Here's a short video that explains what I mean.
Free radicals are unstable molecules that exist in our cells. They attack other nearby molecules, stealing an electron and with it, an atom, to become stable again. When the attacked molecule loses that atom, it becomes a free radical itself, beginning a chain reaction.
And I know you've heard the term antioxidants everywhere. They are your body's protective shield against these free radicals. As you'll see in the next video, some antioxidants are common vitamins like vitamin A, C, and E. But before I reveal one of the most powerful antioxidants in the world today, and all the miracles it is producing, we need to get a clear idea of exactly what happens inside our body when we don't have it protecting our cells.
But antioxidants, in particular vitamins A, C and E, mop up the free radicals and stop them from attacking our cells.
And that, my friend, is happening to our cells as well.
And one fact we cannot ignore is that we don't live in the same world our grandparents did. People today are exposed to chemicals in far greater concentrations than were previous generations. Thousands of tons of man-made chemicals and industrial pollutants are poured into our environment and our food supply daily. With the onslaught of man-made chemicals pouring into our oceans, pollution saturating our air, genetically modified foods, flavorings, sweeteners, preservatives, colorings, additives in virtually everything we eat.
You'd be 100% correct when you assume the same thing is happening to our cells on a daily basis. Understanding the effects of free radicals is so important to our health today. The Harvard School of Public Health states, free radicals have the ability to change the instructions coded in a strand of DNA, or it can alter a cell's membrane, changing the flow of what enters the cell and what leaves it. Lester Packer, PhD, who was one of the pioneering scientists that specialized in free radicals, says this.
In fact, free radicals are a major culprit in the aging process itself.
You can help your cells maintain their protective coating better than ever before. Now, as I said, I'm going to dive deep into an astonishing scientific discovery that can help you maintain your cell's health. But first, you need to understand one crucial point, that free radical exposure builds up over time. And when you feel tired, experience those aches and pains, or just run down in general, it only means one thing. The effects of free radicals have been going on for a long, long time.
Feelings of fatigue, needing coffee to simply function, then aches and pains, or sleep problems. Now, if you or someone you love is already at that point, it's not too late. There is an answer.
You can do something to promote your cell's protective coating. Again, faster, easier than ever before.
How can we be so sure? Because of an odd hidden secret found on this island. It's the country of Iceland. And it holds an incredible secret. They have the highest life expectancy in the entire world, the lowest healthcare costs in the world. Time says they're the healthiest country in the world. NBC News says their wellness results are otherworldly.
Natural News says they rarely see issues with depression, obesity, diabetes, and heart disease.
How are they doing it? What's the Icelandic secret? At first, because they ate a lot of fish, many believed fish oil was the source of Icelanders' superhuman immunity. But modern medical research has proven this theory wrong. As Icelanders moved to Canada and continued eating a lot of fish,
they didn't continue to enjoy the same robust health they used to.
In fact, they matched the Canadians in every way. So it obviously wasn't genetics either. But when the answer was found, it was so unexpected and far-reaching that press coverage swept the country. What was it? Well, it turns out their superhuman health actually came from this. Yep, that's a volcano. Researchers were dumbfounded to discover that it was their volcanoes that created an extremely nutrient-rich soil that blankets the entire nation. You see, when they erupt, they cover the soil with a fine ash that's loaded with minerals deep from within the Earth's core. These minerals supercharge their food supply, strengthening its God-given ability to enhance health better than any man-made remedy. Naturally, everyone wanted to know what these minerals were, and they found many of them embedded in the volcanic ash. But there were two that stood out. The first is right out of the Bible itself, brimstone, as in fire and brimstone that symbolizes God's wrath upon the unfaithful. Today, we call it sulfur. The second is selenium. Now, on their own, sulfur and selenium have incredible healing abilities. But despite that, it's still not the main reason Icelanders dominate health and longevity today.
You see, when scientists delved deeper into these two minerals, they found that both have significant effects on your body in relation to the key ingredient we are discussing today. And even though this key molecule has been newly found to help you maintain your health, and even though there are more than 92,000 medical studies behind it, your physician probably doesn't even know anything about it, let alone how to use it.
It's called glutathione. Yes, I know, doesn't quite roll off the tongue. But there's a reason glutathione is one of the most important health discoveries of our time.
It's not just because it helps keep your cells healthy and strong, help joint cartilage maintain its youthful mobility, help skin stay radiant.
The reason why those in the know hail glutathione as the master antioxidant, the master detoxifier, or the 21st century cell protector is because it's an astonishing 5,000 times stronger than any other antioxidant in the world. Unlike other antioxidants you may have heard of, like vitamin A, C, and E, glutathione is so powerful because it's something your body makes. That's why it automatically knows exactly what belongs in your system and what doesn't.
As glutathione surges through your body, it helps your body's natural ability to rebuild fresh, strong, new cells that radiate with energy and life. Your cells are now allowed to flourish without any barriers.
Even though the big pharma conglomerates and their monumental budgets flood the airwaves with their latest drugs, respected publications like the New England Journal of Medicine, NBC News, the Southwest College of Naturopathic Medicine, and Better Nutrition have published glutathione's incredible effect on the threats to our health today. I'll reveal the details of all this in the frequently asked questions section at the end. But who could have imagined something that protected our health in so many documented ways existed right under our nose? But medical experts also have a lot to say about it as well.
Dr. Richard Cutler, who was the director of the National Institute of Aging, had this to say about glutathione. As a simple explanation, the amount of antioxidants in your body is directly proportional to how long you will live. And anti-aging specialist and New York Times best-selling author, Dr. Don Colbert, puts it best when he says, "Optimizing our glutathione levels is very important if we want to keep living to our full life expectancy."
Now, with all this evidence, you'd be wondering if simply taking a glutathione pill is the answer. It isn't. And here's why. When taken orally, glutathione is almost completely destroyed by the digestive tract. No matter what you pay for, most of it will not be used at all. Most studies that investigated glutathione supplementation use injectable glutathione, and most were performed on rats and not on actual humans. Since taking glutathione orally does not work, and injecting it is not only dangerous, but very expensive. What does work is to do what the Icelanders did.
Infuse your body with high-quality selenium and sulfur.
There are two reasons why this is so important. First, if you remember, your body is the most effective glutathione-producing machine on Earth. And by supplying your cells with bioavailable sulfur and selenium, you can use your body's own natural ability to produce pure, unadulterated glutathione, which ultimately is the most effective form of glutathione you can have anyway. But the second reason is that the U.S. supply of sulfur and selenium has been stripped from our soil. In the 1930s, Nelson Rockefeller developed and aggressively marketed a new kind of chemical fertilizer that removed sulfur and selenium. Then in 1954, when the federal government made it mandatory to use chemical fertilizers to increase crop production, this chemical fertilizer was used all across the U.S. So the only way I can create the Icelandic type of superhuman health in America was to scour the earth for the most powerful glutathione-producing nutrients that exist. I wanted to find glutathione-boosting ingredients that were clinically tested, that were tested on humans and not mice or monkeys.
That showed with hard scientific testing that it did in fact raise glutathione in people who took them, and that were potent enough to fit in a small capsule so they are easy to swallow.
That was not an easy task. Most ingredients were generic. They had no testing. They sat in huge warehouses for who knows how long. There was no way to tell how pure they were, or how fresh they were, or whether they had any impurities, mold, fillers, dust, or dirt in them. And after hundreds of ingredients were investigated, only 3 were left on my list. And because they had their own clinical trials on humans done to test their effectiveness and purity, I'm sure you can imagine they weren't cheap. But in the end, I ended up combining 3 of the most powerful glutathione-promoting superfoods in a new, all-natural formula called GRSUltra.
The first ingredient is SelenoXL. As it stands today, it is the world's most potent and bioavailable form of selenium you can find.
How do I know? Because this specific ingredient, SelenoXL, underwent a historic 10-year, double-blind study funded by the National Cancer Institute. No, that isn't some run-of-the-mill generic selenium. It's the Rolls-Royce of ingredients. But I've worked out a way you won't have to pay Rolls-Royce prices. The second glutathione booster is N-acetylcysteine, or NAC for short. NAC helps create glutathione in your body by supplying something called cysteine. Cysteine is like a gas pedal for glutathione. The more cysteine you have, the more glutathione your body makes. That's because cysteine contains the crucial sulfur molecule we now know is essential for your body to create a flood of glutathione. According to Stanford University's Dr. Kandala R. Atkuri, over 2/3 of 46 placebo-controlled clinical trials with orally administered NAC shows measures of improved quality of life and well-being of their patients. At first, this combination of SelenoXL and NAC was producing results far greater than I expected. But I was determined to create the most powerful antioxidant combination available. So when I heard of Red Orange Complex, ROC for short, another trademark and patented formulation, I had to look closer. Here's what's exciting about ROC. It's found to raise glutathione levels by a staggering 68%. It's extracted from 3 types of Mediterranean oranges with high levels of free radical-fighting nutrients grown in sulfur and selenium-rich volcanic soil. Just like in Iceland, the 3 types of blood orange ROC is extracted from are the Moro, Tarocco, and the Sanguinello. Because they all grow under harsh volcanic environments surrounding the Mount Etna volcano in Sicily, Italy. The very compounds that protect these blood oranges in this environment is what is extracted into GRSUltra. That's why this clinical study on athletes who consumed ROC produced such stunning results.
Their glutathione rose 68%, antioxidants went up 133%, and protected DNA health by 20%.
But what matters most are the results people are writing in. You're going to hear the incredible stories of courageous folks who took a stand, who wanted to take control of their health and took a chance.
GRSUltra brings you the clinically proven nutrients that guarantee your body will be graced with glutathione. But what you want to know is that this longevity secret is now in the U.S., a superfood eaten by some of the healthiest and longest living people on Earth.
To be fair, all orders are filled on a first-come, first-served basis. And as you can see, Americans are getting results beyond their highest expectations. I promise you this, my formula does everything I say it will, or it's yours free. We want to hear how your life has been transformed. We want to hear about how your appearance seems to grow younger every day. Your increased mental clarity is changing your life, and how you no longer feel like you're in a battle with your health.
Because your cells are finally less burdened from free radicals you've been affected by for all these years.
For the first time in a long, long time, you will feel your age is no longer a factor in having the health you desire. However, you need to know once we have accumulated the testimonials we need, we will begin selling GRSUltra at $89.95 a bottle. Remember, unlike the supplements you find in your local health food store, these are non-generic ingredients. They are individually tested under clinical settings to make sure that glutathione levels would in fact dramatically increase.
For most of the clients we've now worked with, we saw that $89.95 a bottle replaces over $200 a month in food you probably won't be eating anymore and or medication you feel like you don't have to take anymore.
I can't say it won't reduce your clothing expense because you might have to get new items for your wardrobe. You have absolutely nothing to risk. Try GRSUltra absolutely free right now while you can. All you need to do is try 1 bottle, just 1 month's supply.
Use it and see that it's everything we claim it is. We know that you'll see why it's the best health investment you have made for your life.
Even if you use up the entire bottle and you still want to get your money back, it won't be an issue. All you need to do is contact us within 365 days, and we will refund you the purchase price. We only want raving customers, and we know you will be euphoric when you experience what GRSUltra does to you. That's why we are so confident. Yes, I'm sure there are some people who will use it and ask for their money back regardless. And from past experience, most people are honest, and people just want to live their days free from toxin buildup that is none of their fault. So because you are here watching this presentation, and since you want the absolute best for yourself, and to live the healthiest life possible, you can get your order for our introductory price of $49.95. Now that's $40 off the future price. There are more success stories you'll hear before our time runs out. Now, if that's not enough reason for you to place your order right now, I'll give you another reason. No matter what the price ends up going up to, you will only have to pay the same price for any future orders. So when we begin marketing GRSUltra on a large scale, others will be paying $89.95 or more for a 1-month supply. Yet you will only have to pay $49.95. Once you place your order, you will be taken to a page that looks like this. Now, once you fill in your information and confirm your order, your bottle of GRSUltra will be shipped out and arrive at your door. As you can imagine, this has created an avalanche of orders. I'm not sure right now if we even have any GRSUltra in stock at the time you're reading this. Below, you're going to see 3 options to order GRSUltra, or you'll see a sign-up form to get on a wait list. If you see the sign-up for the wait list, that means we've now run out of inventory, and unfortunately, we can't help you. However, if you do see 3 ordering options, it means we still have some in stock. So as it stands, you have 3 choices right now. Option 1.
You can do nothing at all. You can continue to live your life at your current weight and do nothing about it, which could lead to more health problems for you. Or option 2. You can use the advice I've given you for free in this presentation.
You can try to do it on your own. You may get improvements with this, and that's wonderful. I want you to get better and live a longer and fuller life. And then there's option 3. Try GRS Ultra without risk. Try it for at least 2 weeks. The instructions are on the bottle. They're easy to follow. You can still use the tips I've given you earlier. They will just make things go much faster. I wish it wasn't this way, but in today's world, the idea of creating optimum health, actually, to have normal health, we need supplements.
The food industry has created so much processed and engineered Frankenstein food, we don't know what we're eating anymore because of the constant and massive exposure to hormone-altering chemicals in your food supply. It seems our body have become immune to common diets and exercises that used to work alone.
Even fresh food like vegetables and fruits have been harvested early before the full amount of nutrients are developed in the fruits and vegetables. They are sprayed with chemical pesticides and herbicides, and they all go into our bodies. And we don't metabolize fat the way we should anymore. Our metabolism starts to slow down. Fat starts to grow faster and become more resistant. You feel tired. You gain more weight. You get more aches and pains. You literally age faster. There's no reason for this. All you have to do is click the Add to Cart button below and order a bottle of GRS Ultra 100% risk-free. Now, once you start using GRS Ultra, you'll probably notice it working on the first day. Most people do. You'll notice that you feel more energetic. You'll also notice your mind is clearer, like you have more attention to focus on things. Now that your body is not having wild sugar swings, you'll feel this extra energy. And now it won't be a hyper caffeine-induced buzz. No, it'll be a calm, cool energy, like you have much more endurance. By dinner time, you'll notice you didn't need to drink those extra cups of coffee in the afternoon because you have your 2 o'clock crash. The next day, you'll wake up feeling sharper than before, like your body got the rest you wanted for the first time in a long time. For some, this might take a day or 2 longer. Now, for others, it might be a week. However, one day it will happen. I call it your moment of freedom. It's where you feel things are truly normal for the first time, when you're in control of your weight again.
Where you're not fighting an invisible enemy that keeps blocking your efforts at a full and vibrant life.
So you can be there for the people that mean the most in your life. Your children, your grandchildren, your spouse, your friends. So go ahead, place your order. Choose the option that best suits you below. Again, you have nothing whatsoever to risk. In fact, I'm taking all the risk. Even if you use an entire bottle and send it back, I'll still process your full refund. No questions asked. No need to feel bad or awkward. Mail it back and the money will be refunded to you right away. Again, this is George Bridgham, and thank you for your time.
Thanks for watching. Please follow the link in the description to get access to the product.